Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Perillo, and I kept hitting the wrong button there with the keyboard shortcut. I was on the control instead of the command. That was me. Oh, silly me. Oh, silly me. Oh, silly me. Oh, silly me. Opening up requests. They are now officially open. I watched Andor. Did y'all watch Andor? Oh my god. So good. Hey, Tall McCartney. You love it, C-Noob? Hang on. Transform and roll out. Autobots. Yes. It is off.
This was Cheerdex 109. Happy 9-year friend anniversary.
9-year friend anniversary. For I, Optimus Prime. I sound more like Megatron. You're verified on Twitter now. Hey, all right. Big Fan has $8 a month. Will I be getting it? Yes, so that I can edit tweets. And to get the content through. I'm still posting content. Did you do the Mastodon thing? I don't know. Have you? Hey, Tom McCartney. Glad to hear that. You can also follow me on YouTube and TikTok. Feel free. I've been sharing cool tech tools as I find them. Although I've probably got to find more, have more in my cache of sorts, because posted a couple and they seem to go over well enough. Although I'm not sure how well it's gonna to go on LinkedIn. You tried following me on Mastodon. Let me check Mastodon. What'd you get me for our friend anniversary? I got you a not bothering you, Liz. It is non-refundable. Let's see here. I got Bombadil followed, Death Gamer followed, Tom McCartney just followed on Mastodon. All y'all are on Mastodon. Some of y'all are on Mastodon, it seems. So I'm not sure. It's a bit of a learning curve, but once you get past it, you're fine. Actually, it's $9.90 a month in Canada for Twitter Blue. Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, you're not verified. You're just only verified to spend $10 a month. That's it. That's the only thing you're verified. Bots can. You don't think people are going to not spend the same amount of money on bots? Okie dokie. Well, the thing to understand, K2 Kevin, is that Mastodon is not one thing. It's actually federated. So think of it like, what's the best way of explaining it? There's got to be a metaphor for this. Someone help me out. The instance that I'm on interoperates potentially with the instance you're on if you're on a different instance. And there are several instances of Mastodon. They're federated, but they can all communicate together. So your instance might be over here, and it might be focused on a certain thing. I'm on the Mastodon.social instance, the big one, the primary, the first one, right? Although there are a lot of Star Wars, like tons. I've seen so much, and maybe it's just that all the nerds are currently on Mastodon. I think that's the thing. So you can't just say Mastodon doesn't open. You can't just say it works for you, because it's all contingent on the instance. Liz, don't laugh. I actually pinged someone at Google, a former product manager for Google+. I was like, it's like, yeah, no, that ship has sailed. Well, remember, Mastodon is open source. Mastodon is open source. It's distributed. It's certainly non-commercial, so you're not going to see like SLAs or any kind of uptime guarantees or anything like that. So the good thing, Tom McCartney is noting, good thing you can communicate between instances, and there's a timeline for the Federation post. I'm finding, like, on my instance on Mastodon.social, and again, I've got here, there's my profile wherever you are, because see, the cool thing is, before I knew, Tall McCartney is on the nerdculture.de instance, and he follows me despite me being on the Mastodon.social instance. So I would love, I mean, I think there's even a Star Trek instance out there too. I don't know if there's a Star Wars one. I would love to convince Lucasfilm to spin up a Force.social instance. That would just be wild. There's no way they would ever do that though. There's no way. But it'd be pretty wild to have a Star Wars only. Because I'm telling you, the Star Wars hashtag is pretty busy. But like it's even beyond the hashtag. Like my timeline is like almost dominated by Star Wars. So anyway, I thought it was I just thought it was interesting to point out. It's just interesting to say the least. It was something I noticed. And the cool thing is, on Twitter, I connected the Space Shipper and Tom Constantino, the executive producer for one of the executive producers, I should say, for the Orville. He started following me a while ago. Oh crap. This is, well, it's not exactly what I want to have happen with the PTFE tube. I'll fix it later, I hope. Anyway, so they were on Twitter, and I happen to follow them both independently on Mastodon as well, and they were going back and forth talking, saying, yeah, you know, I'd hate to have you leave your social circle. And I'm like, y'all, I follow both y'all on Mastodon, so like I know you're both there if you weren't aware. So I made the connection for those two on Twitter in Mastodon. So it was really kind of funny. I wouldn't move off of Twitter either. Ashnak, it happens. Star Trek instance would break away into the canon, non-canon tribes pretty quickly. Oh yeah, it would. So the funny thing is, you know, and some people are all or nothing, right? But here's how I feel about it. Having been around during the advent of damn near every social platform, it reminds me so much of the same feeling I had with FriendFeed, the same feeling I had with Google Plus before it ended, you know, just the same kind of feeling, not just the newness, right? It's just that the signal to noise ratio is super like signal noise. It's incredible. It really is genuinely incredible. So yeah, I wouldn't say anybody, or wouldn't tell anybody to move, certainly. Your biggest concern, lacks of centralized moderation. As I understand, each server instance is responsible. Not necessarily. You can block entire servers. You are in control of what you see in your timeline. So there's actually Silver Sunbeam. When I find the article, I'll send it to you. There's actually been a good explanation. Anil Dash. Give me a second. Twitter purchase. Elon got called out for being funded by Saudis. Well, billionaire's gonna billionaire. So oh man, I gotta see if I can find that for you. So, hang on. Let me get to Anil here. Anil Dash. Give me a second. I'll find it. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to dig that up. Silver Sunbeam. It's certainly different. Oh, thank you, Bipolar Bear, for the tip. Thank you. It's very appreciated. Have a lot of people here signed up for Mastodon? Probably not. It's kind of like it's been under the radar, and the only reason that I have really latched onto it is specifically because A, to try something new. And B, because I was noticing that a few people that I follow on Twitter were also joining. I'm like, okay, these are people that I trust. These are people that I know. I'd like to meet more people. And quite honestly, the nice thing is, just like anytime I try a new social platform, like on TikTok, like doesn't happen every day, but like very often someone will say, oh man, I remember when blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yes, I am still alive. It's really funny. But when they do that, it just aids rediscovery, right? So sometimes trying a different platform allows you to meet different people that you otherwise would never meet. And right now the noise on Twitter is just so damn high, honestly. And I love it. I love a fire hose, but right now Twitter, a lot of my Twitter timeline is about Twitter. 3D printing, Twitter, politics, that seems to be dominating everything. Oh, Orkut, yes! I remember Orkut. I remember being on Orkut in the very beginning. That was one of the first social networks I ever joined, actually. Oh, I don't think Twitter's going to shut down. I think it's going to evolve. Now, Elon is basically, I think he's going to turn it into not a bank, but he's basically going to turn it into a transactional system. I really do believe that's what's going to happen. Right now, it's really messy, and I'm not saying you should trust your finances with Elon, but he filed paperwork today so that Twitter could basically funnel. It's like X.com all over again, or his idea of X.com. Diaspora? I heard of Diaspora, but I never really went with it. You're on Mastodon definitely has a barn full of feral cats vibe that is a little unsettling. Especially if they've been there for a while. Like, every network's got its own groove. Like, I've already seen a couple people that I know kind of miss the tone, right, of Mastodon. It's less about social media, yes, is sharing your life with everybody else, but it's also connecting with other people. And there are some people who are good at kicking off conversations and others who just want to spray their stuff. And I'm like, yeah, it's not going to work if you just spray your stuff. Especially if it's just a link out to somewhere else. That's not as interesting. It's not as valuable. So they're probably not going to get as much out of Mastodon as others do. Did I find them? Oh, no, I'm not worried about it, big fan. The miniature Christmas tree, we'll figure it out. Try True Social. It's amazing. I got banned in 1 week. I think I'll avoid it, though I do believe it's also built upon Mastodon. Nostalgia factor is really big. I heard you were back and discussing tech, and I flocked right away. Yes. I am talking tech. Like I said, I just kicked off the tech-only YouTube channel. We'll see how far that goes. Thank you, big fan. Although the tech that I want to do, I think is different from the way that something that tech works on YouTube. I'd have to figure out my way through it. I'm trying shorts with tech, and I'm also putting them everywhere else, just to see how well it works. Probably not very well, I'm sure, but my head has gone to a few different places over the past week. Of course, MakerDeck is running strong. Oh, speaking of MakerDeck, I'm interviewing Uncle Jesse. I'm gonna have to do this again because this is it's out of hand. I'm interviewing Uncle Jesse this Saturday on MakerDeck. But effectively, what I was gonna say is, yeah, I'm gonna have to redo this. Damn it. Oof. Dang, dude. This filament has just been absolute horrendous for me. Yeah, so we have plans with MakerDeck. Mom is off the ground now. Our next step for MakerDeck, of course, as we've mentioned, is Patreon. But I've been thinking, okay, where do we go after that, right? And, you know, back in the day, I used to operate many projects. Of course, Chris Perillo still exists, but the tech, for example, tech, right? That vertical is you know, some people are interested in my perspective there. The question is where to reach those people and how to reach those people again. And whether or not I have to focus on a certain aspect of tech rather than general tech, right? Because I don't know if I could necessarily compete with, you know, a lot of the general tech tubers these days. Man, this is just horrible here. Jesus. But I thought, you know, maybe my lane is specifically talking or working on solutions for creators, right? I thought about figuring out a way of taking Creator Advocate and making like a product hunt, but for creator stuff. Creators or creatives, people who create online, you know, who may also be looking for the next angle or the next gig, you know, without me actually producing content. So I have thought about that and where that might go. Creating tools for creators has certainly been on my mind as well. That, of course, takes a developer, and I'm blessed that in the sense that someone I met years ago when I was on an engagement with AMD at CES, he's a developer, and I've talked to him about a couple of the ideas I've had, tools, right, for creators, and launching those under the Creator Advocate umbrella. Just simple tools, easy tools, and wrapping a little network of sorts around that. But I have to, like I said, I've got to ask a few more questions before doing it. Hey, Disc105, good to see you here. Oh, did I not say the time, Royal Nomi? I apologize. This is what happens when you troubleshoot a 3D printer and try to stream at the same time. It doesn't exactly work. I've had now 2 failed prints in a row because of this filament. Driving me nuts. Hey, Miss Jackalope. Oh, yeah. I was wondering. We were going to raid you last night. I said, oh, Miss Jackalope's streaming. Click. I'm like, oh, I can't raid her. Don't worry about it. Miss Jackalope, I owe you one. I was like, oh, cool. You gotta check this out. Miss Jackalope. Here's a shout out to Miss Jackalope. Fellow geek, fellow nerd. Music maestra? No. What would be the she DJs. Is that right? She's a VJ on a video jockey here on the Twitch. Something like that. Mixtress. There we go. Got that. Nailed it. So, anyway, Royal Nomi, thank you for having my back. I appreciate it. Royal Nomi reminded me today, hey, it'd probably be a good idea to, in her way, to you know, we should probably be letting people know about Uncle Jesse. Like, oh, yeah. I told her what I've been busy doing in my time. And I'm not going to talk about that necessarily in public, but the idea was to be able to interview someone every week on MakerDeck. And I'm very glad that Uncle Jesse has basically agreed to it. Very glad, because this is going to be a good conversation. He is a creator, and like blows me away. Like what creators do these days blows me away. But that kind of dovetails with my earlier thought of launching Creator Advocate as a site that might run something like, not Buddy Press. What was the? Buddy Boss. This is the site that I was talking about earlier. In launching something. Here, let me show you. This is Buddy Boss. If you create a sandbox, and I thought, if this had a flow, it reminds me so much of old, like the way things used to be, right? Oh, long time ago. But instead of this common thread, because it would be an all call, I do wonder how much could be modified such that the activity feed was basically more like a dig style, or if not dig, then like a product hunt, where like, you had like feature updates, right? So I thought that would be, I got to think about it a little more. But I think a resource for creators somehow, a network for creators, would be great. Content creators. Because if there's anything, I'm good at bringing people together. I'm a great advocate. I'm great at starting things. I'm a great I tend to see, sometimes I tend to be ahead of the curve, but I'm not a great operator. Liz is a great operator. I am not. Like, it just, my mind just doesn't, I get caught up in the idea, figuring out the execution well enough, but then, like, once it's going, then I'm like, okay, where does it have to go next? Okay, this is how it's going to work. How we're going, okay, here's the problems. Here's how we're going to fix the problems. Here's how we're going to get from point A to point B. Here are the goals. Here's the strategy, right? Here's the construct. And MakerDeck, very much is comes out of that same entrepreneurial spirit. But these days it's more challenging because it's a commodity. That kind of thing is a commodity. So I've got to think about how something for creators might work. Does an electronic software developer fit into this network of creators? Yeah, you're a creator. You're a streamer. Disc105. You're on Twitch, right? You stream. You get cheers. You're making something out of your interests. You're the passion economy, right? For sure. So anyway, that's that. My brain vacillates between doing the things that need to be done, the things that I also want to do, and trying to draw the line between them so that I can get from where I am here to where I'd like to be. Part of that path, of course, is MakerDeck, and we've talked about this. Two big plans. Mom is off the ground. People are printing. They're very well engaged with what's going on with that. Quite a few people signed up, and Patreon is the next step for a few different reasons. One, it's further support. Two, we have an opportunity to do even more for makers. So, or through it, certainly. And at another level, the event is the third one. Yeah, the event is the third one. That is the big pillar there. So those two things, the Patreon, I think, once the Patreon's set up, once it's going, like it, I feel it's not going to be turnkey, but it'll be less, it's just getting it up is the got to get it up. Is probably the not necessarily even the hardest part, but like the one that you want to stick the landing, right? But the event, that's where I feel we got a lot of promise and potential. A lot. But it's got to happen. So the support from Patreon helps, with the event, getting everything we might need in stage for the event, because everything with MakerDeck, I to get it up and going, as I pointed out before, I've bankrolled and leveraged all of my existing, the assets that I could, basically, not just requisitioning or redoing my former Discord server that had like a couple thousand members, many of whom were makers, and basically rebranding that, but also rebranding the Lockernome Twitter account. So basically converting all those people to followers of something that they'd likely still be interested in, because making 3D printing, it's tech, very much tech. So, I put those as well as, spending time talking about it, and basically converting my stream into something. So I much to this stream's detriment, I should say. So I'm trying to think through what it is that I can do that's practical, that fits where I need to be, and where I'd like to be, right? And that's the junction point, right? Where I need to be and where I'd like to be. And right now, where I need to be is nowhere near where I am. Like, there's not exactly a disconnect, but that's where it's like, what needs to happen so that all this starts to make sense? May reach a bit of a wall with the people who have the issue with Patreon firing their security team, likely outsourced them. Yeah, I learned that. Oh yeah, thank you, Miss Jackalope. Yeah, I tend to iterate out loud. I mean, it's much like when I drive in the car. I'm thinking about one thing. Xana, I am, and I voted in that poll. I am, and I voted in the poll. O is a hug, and kiss is an X. You got me thinking. I'm like, yeah, now I'm kind of curious. Did anybody think it was the other way around? An O is not a hug. The X is the kiss. I'm saying the O is the hug, and X is the kiss. I was like, that is interesting. As I thought about it. And I am. Thank you very much. It was a thought-provoking poll. And when I voted, Xana had a poll on Mastodon. And when I voted, the funny thing is, there were like 6 votes. I'm like, I'm kind of curious. Every one of those 6 votes, every one of them was X was a kiss and O was the hug. Every one of them at that point. And I thought that was kind of funny. I'm like, okay, well, I'm like, apparently this is a debate. O is the shape your mouth makes. O, X is your arms. Yeah, but like... Yeah, but X is like, more of the arms embracing. You think? Really? O is more like you're making a circle, because like you're making a circle around the person. That's the hug. And the kiss is like you're bringing your lips together like a... Pam just told me that she had no idea what XOXO meant. Really? I blame Xana. Yes, X is hug, O is kiss. I kiss weird. You're right, Stone Monkey. I kiss very weird. Explains a lot. So for my manager going on leave, I signed a XOXO Pam. I hope you have a good relationship with your manager. Okay, maternity leave, fine, but like still, I just figured XOXO meant, hey, you're being annoying, talk later. Well, it could. Is that an open mouth kiss with that O? Like, oh. That's like, you can't, who kisses like that, though? Like, If you ever kiss like that, you're definitely doing it wrong. Just saying. You thought it was like a Gossip Girl thing? It might be. Could be worse. Could be trying to sign Triple X. There's a burger joint around here called Triple X, which is really weird. Thank you, Miss Jackalope. I appreciate it.
Miss Jackalope just subscribed.
Or like the mom that said LOL when someone died. I thought it meant lots of love. You fully expect XOXOXO emotes? Oh, if only. I'm not even sure if I have any more emote slots. Uh-oh. Breaking out the Wikipedia. My goldfish died. LOL. Leave it to moms. From use of XX to mean kiss and O to mean hug. Use of X to indicate kiss attested since 1763. Okay, so X is a kiss. Xana. XQ stands for hugs and French kisses. Why? I never understood why that was a French kiss. What? It's just a little weird to me. Huh? Well, that's a French kiss. What's a German kiss? Q-tail is tongue. I've never seen XQ. The French don't bathe often. Well, they do with their tongues. That's why, hence French kiss, I think. Right? The French kiss. I must bathe. No, the Wikipedia is clearly wrong. Go ahead, contest it. Take it up with Wikipedia. Here's the thing. Xana, I would be willing to, retreat from my insistence that an X is a kiss and an O is a hug if the almighty Wikipedia suggested that was the case. Or not the case, as the case may be. Like French fries. Are they really French? No one really... Do people still call them French fries? Fries? Just fries? Just the fries? Real Nomi doesn't agree. Well, at least Pam signing all her emails. XOXO. Everyone's going... how do you respond to that? If you know what XOXO is, and Pam sends you an email and says XOXO, you're like, here's the thing. You know what that would have me do? That would have me fact checking myself. I'd be like, does that mean what I think it means, or does it mean something else? It's like now, the worst part, does everyone think I'm weird now? No, Pam, I thought you were weird when you were blown away that computer screens once were monochromatic, black and white. Old Macs, black and white. Other countries say XXX. Oh, French toast. Yeah, French toast is good. That makes sense, though, because I know French fries. I guess, I don't know. No. It's Freedom Toast, Miss Jackalope. It's Freedom Toast. I'll never forget that campaign. Yes, Hayden Zone. Yes. I remember talking to Weird Al. Yeah, for sure. XOXO. See what you did, Xana? See what this post on this poll on Mastodon it got me curious. But that's life. C'est la vie. Speaking of French. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. Weird Al is awesome. Still. The movie was good. It wasn't like, Oops. It wasn't like UHF good, but it was good nonetheless. Weird Al for life. Thank you very much. By the way, I finally got B2. My B2 droid. B2 emo. B2 emo. B2 emo. Xana, no, you're not. No, you're not. And it doesn't surprise me that I'd find Xana on Mastodon either, because I've known Xana since my days in Iowa, the blogging days, blogger days, long time ago. And that's what's so funny about a lot of these networks that people flock to, especially in their I don't want to say early days, not for Mastodon, but like when things are starting to take off days. I've seen the same people over and over and over again, like, oh my god, it's so-and-so and such and such. It's such and such and so-and-so. I used to follow them, or maybe I still follow them. But because, again, of the noise of social media, you don't always keep in touch, right? So I'm finding that a lot of the old school internet users are on Mastodon. Seriously, like it's and I think that's what makes it kind of awesome for me. It just gives me those old, the pre-social media day vibes. Yeah, but see, Disc 105, to me, it's a chance not for me to connect with the same people that I know as much as it is for me to meet new people. Right? Just, it's another source and another thing to learn, right? And it doesn't bother me. It's not, Miss Jackalope, wait, are you asking about Mastodon? Thanks, Disc 105. Yeah, see, I wouldn't... Dark Toy Lord, I'm telling you. Mastodon, I'm telling you, there's so much sci-fi, because they're all nerds. Everyone using Mastodon, I swear, they're nerds. So, like, sci-fi, art, Trek, Star Wars, like, it's like, I'm telling you, like, my feed organically, like, the home feed, I'm like, there's a lot of Star Wars chatter. Like, for me not following a lot of these people, I'm like, I'm seeing a lot. So that really surprised me, genuinely. And then I thought, yeah, well, I guess a lot of people are nerdy here, so it goes without saying. IRC. I was just talking about that with someone yesterday, actually. Disc, you need to follow far more people. I'm having fun. I'm careful about who I follow, though, because I'm like, well, I don't want to follow everybody. But, depending on who they are, what they do, if I know them, I'm just going to be very careful. Just very careful. You'll love it, Miss Jackalope. If here, there are many instances, but there's an invite to the Mastodon social instance, and where everybody can follow me or find me on Mastodon. It's not the new MySpace. Mastodon, oddly enough, was created to be an alternative to Twitter, so it works a lot like Twitter, but not quite. It's more granular in terms of control and consent. Consent is a big thing. Yeah, it's definitely not MySpace. I never got into MySpace though. I remember my I knew someone who had MySpace, and I'm just like, what is this? Their homepage is just garbage. And I'm like, it's like GeoCities. Like, why would anybody want this? I met MySpace Tom on Google Plus. We used to be in each other's circles, so I can say that I knew Tom. I did. I talked to Tom. I want to say I even did a hangout with Tom once. You're friends with Dane Cook on MySpace? Nice, Tall. Nice. Hey, 3D Medic Vince. Been hearing a lot about it, still vague. Well, Big Jono, there is a 3D printing... I don't know if I can easily link to a hashtag, though, because of the federated nature of Mastodon. But there's the 3D printing hashtag... Hang on. 3D printing gets 341 mentions a week on my I think that's just on my instance, if not globally. Oh, Mark H. Mark H is joined. Watch out. Watch out. You can also, by the way, turn off all the not English language. That was one of the first things I did. I'm like, oh my God, I just can't. There's too many languages all at once. You can turn that off in your preferences. Oh, I know that sound because when I have it on the background, that's a Beats. Hey, Beats said. Just started following. Thank you. But here's the thing: you can't just follow one. You gotta like participate and lean in and search and connect, and that's the value. That was always the value of the early internet, right? Before social media, it really that feel. I'm telling you, it's got a similar kind of vibe. Very similar kind of vibe. Like incredibly. And I love that. I really genuinely do. It's one of the reasons I'm there. Stories.nerds.crazypants. Yes. So you can make it look like TweetDeck by enabling the advanced web interface. I've done that. The mobile client, the official mobile client is not great, but they didn't. I mean, again, this is like, it's open source. They weren't expecting to get like 1 million users overnight, and they did. So to say that they're experiencing growing pains is putting it lightly. Oh, he announced it in 2016. Release in 2020. Really? I didn't realize it was that new. Uh-oh. Hang on. MakerDeck just crashed. Liz? Hang on. Give me a second. Oh, no, it's back. Must have had just a weird reset there. Weird. Can it replace Twitter? Twitter is all about the people, right? It's not so much the platform. I wouldn't say replace. I don't think that's the right word to use. Augment, yes. Another way of connecting with people, yes. But like, Twitter is. I don't think Mastodon is ever, and I don't want to say is never going to be brand friendly. It's just going to be different. I could be wrong, right? But like, you're just gonna. It's got a different. There's a different trajectory for Mastodon because it's not a commercial entity. Disc 105, it would not surprise me if they start changing features and adding features to Mastodon. Now that it's got attention, I would be shocked. Because I think Mastodon v4 is right around the corner too. I don't know what's new. Recommending Mastodon over Twitter is like recommending Linux to a Windows gamer. Kind of. Yeah, Flying Drop Bear, I agree with that. I would. Although it's not, the learning curve is not as steep as I thought it would be. But it's definitely new. It's definitely, or let me put it this way. Elon Musk is rolling out features, and breaking things as he goes. Like, which is better? You got to decide that for yourself. See, I don't Linux game. I don't Windows game, though. I don't game. That's my problem. Paid at Mastodon? Probably not. The whole idea was that it was the anti-Twitter, so. Like, anything changes awkward and scary, but that's how innovation ultimately happens. That's my feeling, Big Jono. I mean, I really, that doesn't bother me. I mean, I've rebuilt my social graph. I mean, I never really got into Friendster. I was on MySpace, but not really. Twitter came along, I joined it. I was there almost from the very beginning. Facebook, here's the problem. Facebook holds, I've got 100,000 followers on Facebook. They own those followers. I have, how many on YouTube? Like, 300 some odd thousand. Can't do anything with them at this point. But I don't own them. I don't own those relationships. With Mastodon, you own your graph. I mean, everyone's in control. No one's going to make any decisions that are going. There's no there's no algorithmic timeline, right? Or there's no algorithm. Whether or not they ever plan for one, I don't know. But either way, it will evolve, but it'll always be different. The new Twitter is Fitbit Friends. I never did the Fitbit either. Development and security concerns are going to be problematic without some sort of funding stream. Well, I don't know how that's going to go. I don't know if he's even thought that far, being surprised with the explosive adoption. Then again, it being open source, there's at least more eyes, good or bad, watching. I can't imagine it not being like, not inevitably working like an OBS, where you've got like different tiers of sponsors to help in that capacity. Tall says, let's just join an old-fashioned message board. Well, that's kind of like, but that Discord's kind of taken the place of forums in many ways, and now you can actually create forums in Discord. Which is awesome. I like Discord. Discord, despite Discord always trying to upsell me on things.
3D shared X100 today in Star Wars history in 2001 on an online exclusive trailer for Star Wars Episode 2 debuted. The website was only reachable through the use of the Episode 1 DVD.
Wow, I see. I didn't even know they locked it down there. Bitcoin's crashing. I saw someone call it Buttcoin today. I kind of laughed. Buttcoin. Hang on. I checked earlier. It was like, oh, it's bouncing back. I say that. Not really. 5 days ago, it was at 22,000, and now it's at 16,000. It went into the 15,000s briefly and then bounced up again. Yeah. So the thing is, the mentions, I gotta tell you, last year, the year before, all the mentions of crypto and Bitcoin and NFTs just dominated the conversations. I'm like, oh my God. But I gotta tell you, a lot of those conversations have dried up. They've gone away. And I think there's still something to it. I just don't think we're there yet. Fire up an old BBS? Why not? In many ways, Mastodon is kind of like a BBS. You know, where you got FidoNet connecting each of them together, but each instance was different. You dial into this one and you're on there, but you can also communicate, to other people on other BBSs. People steal butt coins. Ass crack bandits. Is that what they call them? Yeah, I remember my first BBS. You'll never forget your first. My first BBS, Iska. NFTs have a use, but not for bloody JPEGs. Yeah, I tend to agree on that front. I'm like, I'm not gonna buy an image. It's just not. I'm not as compelled, unless it's like, I thought about it. Like I quote tweeted Kevin Rose today because I'm like, I use Stable Diffusion to generate the images, right? I'm serious. I am like I even at the bus stop today, there were a couple parents saying, "Oh, blah 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 blah," and I heard DALL-E too, and I'm like, whoosh, like, are we talking about AI art? Have you tried Midjourney yet? What about Stable Diffusion? You can run it on the desktop, you know. Blah, blah, blah. Like 3 people. Like, I feel I was way more into it than they were at that point. Unless it's art. Well, I tell you what. The images that I've been posting on, wait, hang on, that's not right. Have you been looking for? Shut up, Chris. There we go. I had the small version there. That would have been a weird update. The images that I've been generating and posting on social, I feel have been like so good. Like I feel like I could easily take that and sell it. I feel I could sell, quote unquote, sell the art, so to speak. I mean, I can't imagine just pressing a button and minting, something like a Stable Diffusion. Some folks over at MIT working on a method for poisoning images to prevent deepfakes and AI generation. Interesting. That wouldn't surprise me, something like that happening. I mean, ultimately, you have to think about all the bad things that could happen. Like when it comes to technology, you can't just think of, it's just to Silver Sunbeam's point, you know, he just worries like, where's it going to go, security, et cetera, et cetera. And you can't just, with everything being in the honeymoon phase, and honestly, tech is no longer in a honeymoon phase. Like, we are past the honeymoon phase with technology. The entire tech sector is crashing. Jobs. A lot of lost jobs. Big tech. So things are changing. I'm not saying it's at a tipping point, but that said, it's tumultuous times ahead. So what I'm trying to do is stay ahead of a problem. Although I'll have to fight the Channers over that. They're already using AI art to make dodgy stuff. I bet, dude. It's technology. And in the right hands, it's wonderful. In the wrong hands, watch out. Pluralsight? I've never even heard of that. Monsoon Josh. I'm always interested in tools, though. If only now, because like the videos I've been doing. Pluralsight. Teams build better technology skills faster? Courses? No, IT, cybersecurity, no, this is, it'd be beyond me. You shall continue to carve your stone. Fair enough, Spitting Moon. You keep doing it. So interestingly enough, and I don't want to say anything, but you can easily, if you load the old TweetDeck, you won't see people. The only verified people you see are the legitimately verified people, not the people who spent $8. on the old TweetDeck. So that's why whenever I was going nuts, I'm like, I don't see anything. Funny. But I live in TweetDeck, so hopefully TweetDeck continues to fly under the radar for a little while longer. Yeah, Miss Jackalope, that sounds like definitely something up your alley. Or down your alley? In your alley? You like my tool shorts lately? Good tips? If I did try Compose AI. I just recommended, that was the second one I did, Beats. Yes, I tried it. I used it in the video. So I need to find more cool tools like that. Well, the new TweetDeck sucks. The new TweetDeck is absolute trash. The new TweetDeck is just not great at all. So I'm hoping that it continues to fly under the radar and doesn't get quote unquote fixed. But I'm sure at some point he doesn't know about it. So the last thing I want to do the absolute last thing I want to do is tempt fate. Say, hey, what about TweetDeck? Because then the next thing you know, it's gone. But I think that his team, Jason, who I do know, Jason said, that new TweetDeck is that updates for TweetDeck are coming. I don't know what that means though. Uber Social much? See, I don't even I never liked the user interface of Hootsuite. I couldn't deal with it. I'm like, God, this is fugly. I'm not even sure if they ever updated the user interface for Hootsuite. God, it was so ugly. Most likely the old TweetDeck running off Twitter API version and eventually be deprecated. Yeah, I know, Disc. It's disappointing. But I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know. But the new one is just the new one is just like, what's the point? Like, it's not good at all. Which is a little frustrating. As a Twitter power user, it's very frustrating. There's a mobile web Twitter client back in the day, Dabber, more feature packed than TweetDeck. Oh, see, I didn't know that. Mobile Twitter used to. In fact, I used mobile Twitter. I hated the app. I still don't like the app. I think the app is, the app was acquired actually. It used to be Tweety. There was an iOS app called Tweety. I uninstalled it because it was just which was my mistake, my bad. Flamingo on Android. I loved Flamingo, loved it, but unfortunately, I just found that it didn't have access to the same data, right, as the Twitter client did. So I couldn't do I can't remember what was it. There was a few things that just bugged me about Flamingo, and I don't even think it exists anymore. I think he pulled it off of Google Play because of the API nonsense. This is pre-acquisition. Flamingo. Yep. Nope. It does not exist. The Flamingo Twitter client does not exist. Nope. Talon still exists. Phoenix still exists. Harpy? Never even heard of Harpy. But some of these are just like absolute trash. Absolute trash. Like you look at it and like, this just does not look that clean. Although, you know, depending on the APIs that they use or they call, Harpy may be decent, depending on what you can do with it, right? But then again, my worry is Elon's going to shut all that down. Never did Tweetcaster. Really can't see that now. Poop deck? Oh, thank you for these lights, Fucho. Blue. Twitter blue. Got you some blue. I'm just taking the moment lights out to finally open its non-glow-in-the-dark Clone Trooper figure. Oh, wow. New packaging, no plastic at all. What will I be keeping? I'll be keeping... Okay, how is that going? Okay, that can do that. So I can cut out... the front? Maybe the front? I'm looking at what I feel I could cut out and keep. I like the back though. It's just the side maybe. The side and the front. The back is nice. I like that. Oh my god. Check this out. This is great. Play Phil Collins. Wait a minute. You don't know one of our mods, Kurt Grosser, do you? He's a Phil fan. Now, here's your ASMR for the night. Thank you, Royal Nomi. Oh man, this has got very small pieces. Treasure chest. Comes with a little treasure chest with stuff in it. Are these Beskar steel ingots? Yeah. They're painted ingots. 5 of them. It's a nice little bonus. And a vampire porg. This porg is same sculpt as an earlier figure, though. Not a new sculpt, unfortunately. Look at this wrapping paper it comes with. This is kind of... Look at that wrapping paper. And you're thinking, oh yeah, it's just... No. Look. There's a Jabba the Hutt on there. A Jabba the Hutt ghost. There's a Jabba the Hutt ghost. I don't know about where the hell I would use this. But it just seems like a shame to throw away. I don't know. And then we've got the Clone Trooper skeleton. Does not glow in the dark, though. It looks like the paint looks like it would, but it does not. How is that not? Star Wars figure. And then my Wookiee, my there's a Walmart exclusive, like a Lycan, a werewolf Wookiee, has not come in yet. That one, kind of fun. So that was here on my desk. Ooh, I gotta take that down too. These are definitely not to open. The trooper should have been glow in the dark. I totally agree, Beat said. It's disappointing that it wasn't. Resistance Skulls 2? Did it? Really? I'm not. No, I don't know if I see. I don't know if I see resistance in there. Oh, that's a Mynock. That's not a bat. That's a Mynock. Definitely Jabba. Seems like a regular skull. I'm not sure I see the resistance in it. Jabba the Hutt, Mynock. Yeah, those two are the Star Wars things. It's freaking Mynock. Like, that's how you know you're a nerd. When you know it's a freaking Mynock. Take that down too. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. Talking to a friend today regarding 3D printer, he mentioned a method of printing large numbers of small pieces in thin layers separated by layers of sand in order to print more efficiently with fewer jobs. Oh. Hey, if he figures it out, more power to him. It's awesome. Printed this earlier on the Bamboo. Haven't been. It's the Bamboo. I'm currently also printing on the Bamboo. Actually, I can flip over to it. They're. Oh wait, no, I don't. Do I have it up? Yeah, I do. Printing a Vader, another Vader, because I didn't like when I pulled the support off the back. I pulled it off this way, and it pulled off part of the helmet. That was a little disappointing. So I'm trying it again. This turned out, otherwise, I'm really happy with it. Very like a milk chocolatey Darth Vader figurine. It worked out really well. It'll be a good gift, right? You know, to hand to somebody. Like, here you go, have a Vader. Like, oh my god, you made that? You printed that? I do not believe. Well, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be printing with this overnight. This filament. I'm going to have to flip to another filament to print more lizards overnight for Toys for Tots. Oh, Miss Jackalope, of course it's okay. You just followed me on... You did? Are you sure? I don't see your name yet. What's your handle? Here's mine. Or what's your address, I guess. There's mine. Was that it? Maybe I'm waiting for my notification to come in. If you want to share yours here, that's fine too, Miss Jackalope. Sometimes, like, earlier today, like, the server was very non-responsive. You're stressed out by the World Cup. The World Cup, I'm not even following. I don't nerd that way. Yeah, I don't see you yet, but let me go ahead and... There we go, Mrs. Jackalope. All right, I've added you, Miss Jackalope. That must be you. Yeah, that must be you. Now, see, Miss Jackalope, you cannot say... I'm surprised. There are a ton of InfoSec folks on Mastodon. A ton. I catch conversations left and right. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. I don't know what I did, but my home timeline, and it's not from people accelerating them. There's a local time. What is home? I don't know what home is versus local timeline versus federated timeline. Maybe I don't know. Maybe home a mix of things that you follow? Oh, there's Miss Jackalope. Okay. Now I see you. I still gotta figure out what home does. Hey, Scotsman. Good to see you. Welcome back. Always nice to have you here. I'm sitting with the lights out. It's less dangerous. This spool is like, it gets to this point and then it starts choking. I don't know if it's just got spooled weird or... We'll find out. I'll be switching to another filament tonight though. And hopefully that won't be causing me grief. Oops. I'm gonna be flipping to this one tonight. Another beige. Federation is, of course, the Federation. Is that OFC? Of course. There is I swear I saw a Star Trek instance hit my radar. Home is people you follow. Yeah, but see, I don't follow these people. I know I don't follow these people. And no one's boosting either. Like, this person, they used the Star Wars hashtag, though. So that makes me wonder that that's how they showed up in my timeline. By not being boosted. And no replies or anything like that. Oh, I love this. Yeah, if you don't like Star Wars, do not follow me anywhere. Like, that's kind of the bottom line. Yeah, I don't know. Star Wars is showing up in my home. Why? Is it because I pinned a Star Wars hashtag? I guess I don't know. Of course, yes. Okay. Whew. Glad we could agree on that, Xana. Phase Man. I am doing well. And yourself? How be you? I know. Okay, I'm going to go turn on the light again. It's been lights out for a while. I know as a Trekkie, I like to mess with... You know, it's funny. Like, someone says something about Trek, and I like Trek, but I figured I'd start a little war. Got your Prusa Mini? Awesome! Justin, you'll have a blast with it. Phase Man, what brings you in? You're a Trekkie? Definitely not a Trekkie. No. Had to step away for a couple minutes. No worries. Printers sometimes do get angry. Hope you slapped it into submission. Mine has been causing issues, but that's largely because of filament. There's Star Wars Week. Yeah, no, I saw Star Wars Week. I did see that. I'm still not gonna join play Fortnite. Although I can say, with a good degree of assurance, that my and I've tried to follow up with a couple of other Fortnite videos, but they haven't done as well. Just to see where it go. But like, look. I gotta show you. Where is it? Here. This video has almost 200 on TikTok, almost 200,000 views. 200 freaking thousand views on me saying I love these Fortnite figures. Crazy. Like almost 20,000 likes. Like, it's just crazy. But anyway, I'm still trying to find like where I fit on TikTok. I like the silly fun stuff personally, but oh, thank you, FaZe Man. Put it on tonight. Yeah, Tall. I don't know, dude. That it was a one-off. And like, trust me, if I could do that with every one of them, I'd be happy. But it just doesn't work that way. I've yet to crack the TikTok algorithm. But that is my brush. That was like, and then a few days later, had a follow-up on TikTok with another one that hit well. Was that one, and then I did a tech one that some people have debated whether or not it's whether it works. I did. Where is it? Nice. No. Nope. Streamer caught. Meta new. Where is it? Where's the big one? Oh, where is it? Hang on, I gotta find it. I don't know. Had another one blow up. How am I not seeing the one that blew up? Easy. Nice. Where did it go? Turn off. Turn off. This one, 7,000 likes. One week ago. People are still finding it, but how am I not seeing it on my... I'm not even seeing it on my page anymore. This is kind of weird. I'm not seeing it in my list of videos at all. So TikTok must have hidden it. Interesting. Interesting. And I don't see any notifications about it, but I don't see it. showing up on my homepage. What the frack? Oh, that doesn't make any sense. Dude, how am I not seeing this? Like, I'm looking, I'm like, no, dude, it would be here. I'd see it. It's not there. It is so not there. Weird. So it's, like, hidden on my page. Right now I'm printing an articulated dragon, Toys for Tots, and also a Darth Vader figurine. It's not shadow banned, because people were commenting on it up until okay, a day ago. A day ago was the last. No. 5 hours ago. 5 hours ago was the last comment, and then it's not here. It is just not there. So I don't know. That is really freaking bizarre though, dude. So 5 hours ago was the last comment. Nope, sorry, 52 seconds ago was the last comment. Never mind. I'm like, so people are finding it somehow, but not from my homepage. Hang on. Dude. WTF. Forget it, Perillo. It's TikTok town. Let me see here. I'm genuinely curious. Joker, Tech TV, what? Bigger? Hey Siri, new Twitch, Street Humor. Because it was... Turn off's there. It's here, but why is it not there? It's right before... It's between Da and Stinky. Dude, Da and Stinky they're not... The whole row is not showing up on desktop. What the... There's a whole... Oops. Between Oops and Ludacris on the desktop, they're not there. But on mobile, it's right there. 220,000. But my this one got way higher likes just for me farting around with Fortnite figures. So I'm like, okay, let me try. Okay, well then I'll do another Fortnite video. 38. Like, what am I missing? Even I did one today and it was kind of like a throwaway. And so it's weird. TikTok engagement is just weird. Let's go to Dailymotion. I had a Dailymotion account. It was probably one of my biggest mistakes. Collaborations feel like a nice gateway. Yeah, I do. I like doing that. I did one earlier with. This is me. Well, you can patiently deciphering when your spouse comes to you for tech support, and of course you just take someone else's audio and then you redo it, basically. So I've done that. I don't know if that's the thing that's going to make it go. There's a lot that I don't know. More I don't know than I do. That's for sure. And there's definitely an algorithm behind it. Make no mistake, there's an algorithm with everything these days. Except for Mastodon. Mastodon does not have an algorithm. Big win in my book. Michael!
Michaela Ronda rated my stream with 12 viewers.
Michael! How goes? Michael, another, I would say another legacy, vintage, classic, Old school, but not old school. Video guy. Michael, did we meet? I want to say we met at Buffer. Did we not, Michael? I want to say that. I could be wrong. Was it Buffer? It must have been Liz. Liz, was it Buffer? Because 9 years ago today, I met Liz at Buffer. I swear it was Buffer, dude. I swear it was. I swear. I swear. So what were you up to? Software and game development. Is that what you're up to these days? Devon stuff. I remember the first Buffer. I remember it fondly. I remember going up the tower and standing on the thing that made it look like you can see all the way through it. That sounded intelligent. I was up to crying about my chatbot being broken. Wrote most of it 3 years ago, and I don't remember how most of it works. Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, if you don't stay up to date with code, that is what happens. More power to you, because I rely on other people for chatbots. I could not do it myself. More power to you. That you know code, hats off, sir. Hats off. So anyway, I like seeing people that I may not have seen in a while, that I know used to fly in the same circles, used to walk in the same circles. We used to walk in circles. Oh, shut up. Hang on. Is this for real? No. Is this really... Did Elvira truly join Mastodon? Shut up. I know she quit Twitter, basically, but did she really join Mastodon? Shut up. That's gonna be a boost. That's an instant boost right there. Here's another thing. I've noticed something similar. A week ago, I did a comparison engagement between Mastodon and Twitter. I demonstrated that Mastodon won out despite me having more followers on Twitter. I deleted my Twitter account since then. Some people doubted my findings, but now you're hearing it from the horse's mouth. Without hard data to back up my... without hard data on hand, I do feel I've had a similar experience. I think the best way to get on people's radar on Mastodon, honestly, is replying. Oh, truth or dare? All right, Diana, truth or dare? What light do you want? Next door. This is not a dating site. Oh, next door. Hey, I'm following Elvira on Matt. Elvira once, she did reply to, or she quote tweeted me on Twitter when my poop turned blue after eating the Elvira Funko cereal. All right, Diana, what color do you want? Let me guess. Green? There you go. There you go, Diana. Now you're just showing. I'm serious. I favorited it too. I don't know if I'd be able to find that again. I don't favorite a lot of tweets. I'm more inclined to reply than to favorite. Although, it's funny, people post Wordles on Mastodon. I mean, I'm guessing they cross-post, but, Oh, yeah, no, that happened earlier, Spitting Moon, for sure. That's disappointing, because, you know, Intel's going through its rounds of layoffs, too. It's happening. I can't say that I will be. I hope for the best. I will say that. I hope for the best for us, certainly, and for Intel, absolutely. But the hard part is those people who are laid off from one company may find it difficult to find jobs elsewhere, especially in big tech. Hey, Trek Nerd. My work is having trouble finding and keeping good people. Really, Trek Nerd? Where are you at? Can you say? You never know. Yahoo can always make a comeback. Oh, don't get me wrong. I mean, there was there was a time that, man. I mean, let me put it this way. I'm not saying I'm pinching myself, but like if a younger me, knew that I would work for Intel. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's nice to say I worked for Intel. I wonder, as I get on, would it be just as cool to say I worked for Microsoft or any one of these big tech companies that, has had an influence on global culture? I don't know what the hell I'd do, but it'd still be interesting. Though I never really thought I'd ever be building a resume. I am keeping my LinkedIn up to date. LinkedIn is definitely up to date. Just in case. Fair enough. All good. I got you, Trekkie. If I can call you that. We're on a first handle basis. Oh, thank you. You can call me Chrissy. Why not? You met your wife through Yahoo Dating. Nice. Yahoo had, well, I suppose they had everything. At one point, they really had everything. I didn't really use Yahoo past, I had to use Yahoo Messenger for work once. Hated it. I used Trillian instead to connect to Yahoo. That's really the only time I used Yahoo. That's the only service I really used. Messenger. Only because people were on it, right? You still have a pro Flickr? Really? Wow. I have a Flickr account. They've nuked like all my, I'm sure like I never go over there anymore, but I even follow the CEO and we follow, I'm not even logged in. Let me put it to you that way. I'm not even sure if I have a freaking login anymore. I mean, I know I do. It's the question of where it exists. Because, I mean, last time I remember really logging into it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I still have the account. Yeah, I'm still there. But I don't know if I have 4,000 followers still. I mean, I used to Instagram, I used to share automatically. But I don't know. I don't know what happened to the account. I mean, I'm no longer there. And it won't even let me reset. Like, no. Yeah, I don't know. I may actually have to contact the CEO. Still looking for love on G. Yeah, GChat's never coming back, dude. GChat that ship has sailed. Now it's all Meet. They're killing everything except for Meet, which is fine. I mean, like, as long as they've got the message. My concern is really this. Like, I use messages on the well, maybe not on the desktop, but I use well, I do use it on the desktop because it's easier to manage that way. But I use messages, and the question is whether or not they'll convert messages into Meet, right? Because Meet is, wait, where's Meet? What the hell happened to Meet? I have it installed, but where the hell is it? Do I have this son of a gun hidden? Oh, I do. Okay. I must have had it hidden when they had Duo. But like Meet, there we go. So now I got Meet again. But basically Meet is taking over everything for messaging. But what about Messenger, right? Well, I guess Apple has FaceTime and iMessage, so I guess that kind of makes sense. You can eat those on Google Duo. Yeah, Duo's dead. Duo is basically Meet, which is fine. I mean, like, that's one video product. My question is whether or not Messages becomes the Messenger product that, like, just like Apple has iMessage, I feel Google needs to have messages or Google Messages as for texting, because like Meet, you can only call. You can either audio or video call with Meet, but there's no chat apart from Gmail does have. I take that back. Gmail has chat, Spaces, and then Meet in all in Gmail. And I don't know if that's going to get refined even further too. But yeah, you got chat that all now exists but I don't know. I mean, seriously, I've got 4 people on that list and we don't use it anymore. So yeah, Trek Nerd, I my account's still there. I can see it. Oh, you use WhatsApp? I don't, yeah, I tried WhatsApp. I did not like the interface. I'm like, this is kind of garbage. Could not do it. Oh, you get our text from your data carrier. Oh boy. I wish, and maybe one day Apple will grok the cloud. Like I would love to manage all that within Apple's camp, but it's a funny thing. Like I can access. Hey, Kieran, good to see you. Thank you for watching Maker Deck. You can go over to iCloud, right, and see the new beta experience on beta.icloud.com. And I do, and I love the experience. But like the problem is that iCloud only has, photos, calendar, contacts, mail, drive, notes, reminders, pages, numbers, keynote, news, publisher, and Find My. But the problem is with that, you don't have messages. So it's not like iCloud, and I know why they're doing it that way, right? They're doing it that way because that would mean that you could access your it means you could access your everything from a Windows machine, which you kind of can with photos at least. Microsoft rolled that out today, but it means that, or you can access it from anywhere. So I know why they're doing it the way they're doing it. I know exactly why they're doing it the way they're doing it. That's why we don't see. So it's nice. It's great-ish, but the fact that not all iCloud services are here is really what's disconcerting. I'm like, man, messages would be a big one. Messages would be a huge one. Ooh, it is cold out. 31 degrees Fahrenheit here. But we're going to have lows in the basically low 30s, like 30, 33, 32. Freezing temperatures, but no moisture, so we're not going to have snow. Do you love the word garbage as a descriptor? Thank you. But that's the problem. It's garbage. Master of the Universe Origins Eternia place I got backed. They almost doubled their target. Everyone really wanted that. Sparky Face 5 is doing cute monsters in ZBrush. Let's give them a raid. use the Maker, I'm sorry, M-Deck raid and Perillo raid. We're going to watch someone 3D design some stuff. Some funny little monsters. Here we go. I love you. I appreciate you. And at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. May the force be with you always. I will be printing, as I do every night, overnight on MakerDeck. I will see you there. Here we go. Tusken rating in 3, 2, 1. All right. Did it go? I can't see on my end. I can't. There we go. Did it go? Yes. Great. Perillo raid. M-Deck raid. Boop. 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 Don't stop. No, don't stop. Don't stop. Man. That's funny. She was ready to stop.